Alrighty, so we are going to finish up this 134 screwdriver case base that you're making. All right, so yeah, we'll get to the shell feature, do some patterns again here, and we will do another tapered extrusion. So yeah, we'll use those. So here's a picture of what we're making. And like they say, you might be able to find an image of the precision screwdriver case online using this search right here. So I did that, and yeah, you can see it a little better quality than this picture here. So yeah, that is what we're making, and now we're going to have to add the holes, right, that are going to hold the screwdriver itself, okay, and then these 5 bits that it has. All right, so that is what we're finishing up with here. Looking back at our directions, I told you we'd skip 20 and 21, although 20 you have to do because it is undoing the shell. All right, so pause the video now if you have not unshelled. All right, essentially that'll just be an undo, and make sure you've done that. All right, so 21 I just said was a little too cutesy for the level of detail we're doing, so you can skip that. All right, so 22. We need to make this center hole, okay? So we're going to approximate its diameter and depth. They want you to know it's a blind hole, okay? Of course, if it was a through hole, I hope you can figure out what the problem would be for the screwdriver. Let's see. It extends almost to the bottom of the hexagonal form, and it should be tapered inward, flare in is another way to say that, as the depth increases. All right, use a 2-degree taper. All right, so let's come to this and do that. All right, so this is unshelled. Let's go to our home view, and we're going to create a sketch here. So I'm going to right-click on the surface and do Create Sketch. Let's grab this circle feature here. So unfortunately, we cannot use the hole feature, although that would be really cool, just because this is a tapered hole, as they say. All right, so we're just going to use a simple circle. All right, pick what looks like a good diameter for yours. All right, and then we're going to extrude this down. So you'll have to click Finish Sketch, and then we will do Extrude, and I'm going to select that circle. And they said it needs to go almost all the way down to the bottom. So let's get to a side view so we can kind of tell on that. All right. So yeah, that, I think about here would be good. But while we're at it, we need to make sure it's tapering, right? So I'm going to change this to that -2 degrees taper. All right. Make sure whether yours is negative or positive that it's getting smaller as it goes down, not getting wider. All right. So yep, we've got the profile selected, one side, all these other things check out. We're good to go. Say okay. All right. So we've got our hole there. And now going back to our directions. All right. They say it is time to use a pattern of features to create the holes for the bits. All right, so that's what we're going to do next. Let's see, anything specific you guys need to know? Pattern tool. All right, so essentially I think they're assuming you would be like investigating this thing in person if you had it. And of course, I don't have that ability for you right now. So in fact, I'm not sure that I have this exact thing in my classroom. So we'll just make some, more guesses like you have been doing. That's a really good skill to get into with Fusion, estimating, right? So let's go back to our thing. Now we're going to add those circles to the same sketch we just did, all right? A rule of thumb, it's always better to use old sketches than create new sketches when you can, all right? Especially if they're on the same plane. So we're gonna edit that sketch. We're gonna add a new circle, and you know what? I'm going to actually line it up right on this line so I can kind of figure out exactly how far it's going to be from my center point. So I'm going to choose a, diameter. All right, and then I'm going to dimension how far it is from the very center. All right, and that's weird. That's exactly what I wanted to do, so that's fine. It looks a little close now that I'm kind of looking at it, so I'll just double click it and maybe make a change there. All right, and so now I'll click Finish. Well, actually, no, we're going to use the patterns while we're in here, okay? So we could do it at a 3D level or at the 2D level, the patterns. So we'll do the 2D, all right? So we need to select the object we want to pattern, and that is this, okay? The center point, so you see I'm going through this box here. All right, and great, we do want it to be full, so go all the way full circle. I'm not sure about the suppress thing. I'll have to look into that. Quantity, we want 5. All right, we got 5 bits. And then click OK. Click Finish Sketch. And it looks like, oh no, it disappeared. No, it didn't really. All we have to do, let me click back to the home view, is turn the visibility on, and there they are. Okay, so now we're going to extrude them. So let's do extrude and select all 5. All right, and we want to reverse that direction, make it an extrude cut. Okay, and they go almost as far as that center hole. I say that based off like this picture, okay, and maybe some other pictures I've kind of seen. So let's make them go close to that distance. All right. Yeah, I'd say, you know, somewhere here-ish would be pretty good. Now the thing is, these, you know, maybe we examine it and find out that it's not tapered. Okay, so it's not tapered. We can just leave that alone and then say okay. And we've got our holes for the bits. What would be really cool is if we made them different diameters for like the different bit diameters or sizes. Not that the part that goes into the screwdriver is any different, but anyway, I just thought that'd be fun. We're not going to do that. That's too much extra work. All right. So yeah, we've got this. And the last thing we need to do is shell the part again. All right. So let's go back to it. Go here, down below. All right, and yeah, you would use the shell feature like we have before. I'll let you watch that other video to figure that out. And the final thing I'm going to have you do, it's going to look different from the picture I have currently on here, but you are going to, yeah, the name will look the same. It's the object is going to look a little different. You're going to put your name on it. All right, so just pick a face like here, and you know, use what they call a sans serif text or font. So sans serif means it does not have these little tails. So I learned something new today, kind of cool. These, like Helvetica, would be a sans serif font. All right. So yeah, that's about it. And I'll show you or share with you how to turn this in once you got your name on there and shell this out. Thanks.